Saturday because we are celebrating another day. I am always in celebration mode for one reason or another. You don't have to give me too many reasons to celebrate. But happy Saturday. Celebrate the fact that you are alive. Every day is a gift. There's something in it for you. If you are here, you are alive, then you are blessed. So you might as well celebrate. Happy Saturday to you all. Come on in here. You are welcome. I am here as promised Saturday afternoons. If you are ready for some Saturday afternoon motivation, inspiration, learning, then you can come sit your cozy on cute self right down right here and get comfortable and prepare yourself for this week's life lesson because I am ready. I am ready and I am excited as usual, on the edge of my seat, ready to talk about what God has placed in my heart on this Saturday. So here we are. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you all are doing good today. I know I am. We have to make a purposeful decision every day of our life to wake up and choose our mood, decide how you want to feel today, opposed to whatever your circumstances is or whatever is going on in the world and all of those type of things. I was having a conversation on the phone with someone yesterday, and they were telling me about like current events and different things that happens in the media, and I am so out of touch with a lot of those things, and people be telling me stuff and they're like, what, you don't know about this and you don't know about that, and I really don't, and I don't care to, because I like to stay in touch with myself, with my personal needs, with my inner thoughts, with where I am, where I want to go. It's already complicated enough to try to keep up with your own self and what is going on with you, let alone try to keep up with current events and celebrities, marriages, and all of those type of things. Like, if you want to have a conversation with me, don't ask me none of that stuff, because I don't know anything that you tell me about things that are happening, current events. And unless it's the weather, I might pop in on my phone to check the weather, just because I want to know what my day is going to look like, or know what to expect moving forward during my day. But other than the weather, honey, I don't know, and I don't care to know. I don't even like when they talk too much about gossip and soup and all that stuff. Like, if I'm listening to the radio and the latest, I just change the channel, because I think people just get in the habit of being in other people's business way too often, and we all up in other people's business and we can't even get ourselves figured out. So I guess that's where I am in my life right now. I'm probably at the point in my life where I'm trying to get myself figured out, opposed to being all up in everybody else's business. Like, I really don't have time for that. So have you figured yourself out? Have you checked in with yourself today? Are you okay today? I know it is like a chill, relax Saturday for most people. We plan on doing things maybe with our families and things like that, and just enjoying a day off. It's going to be a long weekend. I know that here in the United States we are recognizing what they call Labor Day. So big ups to those of you who have that extra day off work, who don't have to go to work on Monday. I hope you enjoy your extra day off doing whatever pleases you, pleases your heart. But it is literally the last day of August, if I am not mistaken. It is August 31st. Yes. So we made it. We completed the 8th month of the year. Tomorrow is a new chapter, a new beginning. We will be stepping into the 9th month of the year. It's only 12 months in a year. There's only 12 months in a year. In June, I always introduce to you what I call my Happy New You challenge, where you just what I just kind of take a reflection on my life. I don't know how many of you will take the opportunity to join in with the Happy New You challenge with me, but I take a reflection over my life, think about my goals and some things I want to check off my list by the time the end of this year is going out and 2025 is coming in. I had so many things happen in June. I really had to focus on my healing because of the car accident that I was in right at the end of June, but I'm still focusing on my future, what I want my life to look like next year, what I want my life to look like in the near future. I'm talking about these things, thinking about these things, making plans for my life, thinking about my mental health, my physical health, my financial health, my spiritual connection with God, things that I want for myself financially and successfully, and things, the impact that I want to make on this world, thinking about things that I want to do for my children, and all of those things, all the way down to the smallest detail, my relationship goals, and all of those things that I want for myself. So the 6th month of the year is literally a perfect time for us to reflect on what we want our future to look like. So even being as though I had so much going on in June, I am still taking my time out to think about the things that I want for myself and for my life. So I hope you all are doing the same thing too. That is always a great thing to do. Right there at the half mark point. What? Something happened to? No. Excuse me, y'all. Oh my gosh, I don't know why, but my video was interrupted. Wow, my video was interrupted for some reason. Excuse me, guys. But I'm gonna go on ahead and move forward with my message. I am not going to let anything interrupt my message. But yeah, like that half point mark right in the middle of the year is a perfect opportunity for us to reflect on what we want for our life and for our future for many years to come, for many years to come. So let's just look at that, what we want for ourselves. Every day we should do an evaluation on our lives, maybe take the opportunity at the end of the week, or the middle of the week, to kind of reflect on what your week looked like, what kind of milestones did you cross during the week, what kind of accomplishments have you made during the week, the things that you inspired to do for your health. I know a lot of us struggle with our health goals, and that is a major thing for me as well. I think about my health all the time. I am a very health conscious person. I think about the things that I put into my body all the time. I think about the weight loss goals. I've been like hanging on to this maybe 6 pounds that I've been trying to lose over I don't know, I mean, I did lose a lot of weight over the years. I lost about maybe 40 pounds during the time that I was just trying to focus more on my weight. But to get to where I want to be, my goal, I'm like maybe 6 pounds away from my goal. So even with me having this injury due to my car, the car accident that I was in a few months ago, I tried to be mindful of the fact that just because I can't be as active as I was prior to my car accident, I can't put no weight on. Like, I can't sit in the house and pack on extra pounds and all those type of things. So when you are mindful of those things, when you remind yourself the things that you want for yourself, even the thoughts of it that go through your head, that makes you very conscious and aware of what you want your life and your future to look like. And even from you reflecting on it mentally, it has an impact on it. You manifest these things in your life. Next thing you know, you are more mindful of the moves that you take moving forward. So even even if, we are not taking major action towards the things that we want for ourselves, just thinking about some of these things will allow us to do small things to change certain things about our habits, that will reflect on our health, whether it be your financial health, your spending habits, your eating habits, whatever, your physical fitness habits, your spiritual habits. You want to pray more or whatever, or get into your holy place of worship or your holy book or whatever, just from us being conscious, mentally conscious and aware of these things that will have a reflection on our actions. So when I put out the Happy New You challenge to you guys in June, that don't mean like it's going to flip a switch and everything is going to be, turned around. It means that you are now conscious of these things in your mind, and moving forward with your life, you are able to take certain steps to get closer to where you want to be in life. It is not super complicated. This is how I take steps towards the life that I desire to live in my heart. I do this all the time. I have allowed this to become part of my reality over the years, more and more and more. Just be conscious and aware of the things that you want opposed to your actions, and your actions will reflect on your goals. So thoughts, goals, actions. So as long as we're mindful of those things, then we get closer to the life that we want. But of course, I am here with this week's life lesson. Peace and love, kings and queens, and welcome, welcome, welcome. You have officially been welcome here to this week's life lesson. You have entered into a time and space of love, peace, happiness, and blessings. That's what you will find here. What you choose to receive beyond this point is absolutely up to you. Some people walk away from some of these messages, probably not even only my messages. There are tons of motivational messages and things that people post on social media platforms, and some people might get offended and look past these things, or some people might open themselves up to receive these things and apply them to their life as needed. So what you get out of this experience is totally up to you. I know what my mission is. I know what I came here for. I know what I came to do. My mission is to share a message of hope. Share a message of hope. That is my main purpose of being here, because I know lots of people have lost hope along the way. And that was me at a point of time. I lost hope along the way. I was ready to throw in the towel. I thought my life was completely over maybe 15 years ago, until I began to focus more on myself and my life and what I really wanted for myself, and just coming down on myself, feeling sorry for myself, thinking that there was no hope for my future. And if that is you, I am simply here to remind you that that is not the case, because I have been there and I have moved past the point of hopelessness. And I know that is not just for me. I know if God did that for me, then he will do it for any and everyone who is willing and ready and open to whatever your future has ahead for you. So you take from it what you may. But before we get started, of course, let's be grateful. Let's reflect on the things that money can buy and the things that money cannot buy. Let's think about our blessings. Let's think about our lessons. Let us be thankful for things that we can't even see. So what I call this segment in this part of my life lesson, I call it silent gratitude. Silent gratitude. Listen, I choose to close my eyes, think about the things that I am most grateful for, the things that God has blessed me with, the things that God continues to bless me with. I am a very spiritual, connected person with my higher being. I know that is not the story with everyone. That is not the case with everyone. We all should be connected with our higher being. That is one of our main purposes on earth, is to love God, love ourselves, love one another, become one with peace and with ourselves and all of those things. So if you are not connected to your ultimate spiritual being, whatever you choose to call your God, then I suggested that is one of the first things that you work on towards having a more fulfilling life for yourself, is to be spiritually connected. So we know that we are not the giver of our own gifts. We know that there is an entity, that there is a being, that is something so huge that we can't even possibly wrap our minds around, that is the cause of why we are here, why we wake up every day, why we are so blessed. So I like to acknowledge that, just that point being during my life lesson, to take that moment out to just be thankful for the giver of all great things, because we are more blessed than we give ourselves credit to be. We are more blessed than we realize that we are. We did not have to wake up this morning. We don't have to, have the luxuries of life that some of us enjoy on the regular basis, and all of those type of things. So if you woke up, then you are blessed. So I suggest that you join in with these moments of silent gratitude with me. I like to close my eyes, take a few deep breaths, and think about the things that I am mostly grateful for. So here we go. We are going to engage in some silent gratitude right now. Whether you do or not is totally up to you. I am just a mere suggestion. It is to raise your vibrations, put you at a better space mentally. If you want to sit in for a message like this, you can calm your spirit, calm your heart, and prepare yourself to receive a message like this. So here we go. That is always such a miraculous gift and blessing for me. So I'm thinking about the things as I do my silent gratitude. I'm so grateful for my healing today, the healing that has taken place over my body. I did not ever think that I would even be this close to normal, considering recently, just 2 months ago, me being in a car accident. So I am very grateful for my healing today. I cannot thank God enough. Every move that I make, every step that I take, everything reminds me of where I just came from a few months ago, my leg being as injured as it was. And I just thank God for my health and for my healing. So whatever you want to be thankful for today, the things that you are most thankful for. I don't have to remind you of your blessings and the things that God does for you on the regular basis. You know how blessed you are. Sometimes we don't like to take the opportunity to acknowledge those things. We think that we are privileged, or these things are owed to us or whatever, and that is just absolutely not the case. You don't have to be as blessed as you are on the regular basis, and for the simple fact that you are as blessed as you are, that is simply enough to be grateful for. So are y'all ready for this week's life lesson? This topic is something that I kind of fooled around with. I might have done like maybe a quick video and just talked about this topic before, but I never broke down a life lesson on this topic and actually got down to the nitty gritty of what I am going to talk about today. But God placed integrity into my spirit, and that's what we are going to talk about today. We're going to have a whole conversation about the importance of integrity today. So I don't know who needs to hear this message on integrity, but you can sit down, buckle up, hold on tight, and prepare yourself to receive this message on integrity. Just hearing the word integrity, what does that mean to you? How does that resonate to your spirit? Thinking about the integrity of yourself, thinking about the integrity of the people that you are surrounded round it around. I mean, and I don't want to get too much further ahead of myself because I have some really great notes and I don't want to get too excited, but I want to break down the importance of integrity. I don't know about you, but when I'm done with this life lesson, I want to leave this message with a whole new sense of integrity. I already made up my mind. I said, before I even break this down, just thinking about the message of integrity. Look, I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited already. I want to leave here with a better sense of integrity. And that is not to say anything offensive about the integrity that you already have installed in you. I know different people are at different levels in their life. We have different experiences. We come from different places around the world, different families. No one family is exactly the same. So for whatever reason, some people might have a little more integrity than others. I am not here to judge you. But even if you didn't think about the importance of integrity in your life, maybe see what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help y'all. It is things like this that can be getting in the way of the future that you want for yourself. All of these topics. And it is like a process of elimination, basically, because if we begin to remove certain things that may have become roadblocks over the years, then maybe that will clear the path and get us to a straight path of where we really want to be in life. A lot of people are not living the life that they desire to live. And I'm not saying that anything about your financial statuses, your degrees. You might be in college, you might make a certain amount of money a year, and you all the way up there in the six figures. You done passed middle class, you making good money, but you still don't live the life that is pleasing and fulfilling to you because of the lack of things like certain things like integrity. Your lack of integrity and the lack of integrity of the people that you choose to allow in your life. We let too many things slide as human beings. We know that certain people are a certain way and they don't even deserve access to our life, but for whatever reason, we constantly allow the wrong type of people in our life. You know, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be by myself. I know this person is like this. Your mama done told you about them. Everybody, all your friends, I don't know why you with that person. I don't know why you with him. I don't know why you with her. They stabbed you in the back last time. You know they grimy. You know they shiesty. They don't mean you no good. And you sitting up there like, I know, but I love him. Or I love her. Or that's my man. Or that's my boo. Or whatever. Just know that you deserve more. That you deserve more. I want to tell myself that I deserve more. I want to tell myself, anybody that my circle that I choose to allow in my life, my friends, my relationship, my business partners, my place where I work at, whatever, anybody that I choose to, my circle, period, they deserve a decent amount of integrity from me, and I deserve a decent amount of integrity from them. This is the world that I want to mold for myself. That is the point of talking about something like this. So, like I said, a lot of us probably have not been in the habit of allowing things like integrity to take place in our life the way that it should have. You owe certain people a decent amount of integrity. A lot of people owe me a certain amount of integrity that I just don't get that integrity from. I have probably shown a lack of integrity to certain people that deserve more integrity from me. That's why I said I want to leave here moving forward. I just want to be a little bit better. It's about self-improvement and doing the adjustments. We might need, some of us might need a little more adjusting than others. Some of us might need some minor adjustments. Some of us may need some major adjustments. I don't know wherever you stand with this. This is not a personal attack on you and your life and your decisions and the things that you have done and we are all human. At the end of the day, we are all human and none of us is perfect. So you take that and put it where it belongs. I am not here to attack you. I am not perfect, but this message of integrity is for everyone. So how you choose to take in this message is totally up to you. I ain't gonna shove nothing down your throat. Either you receive it or you do not receive it. It is totally up to you. I know I want something out of this message on integrity today. So here we go. What is integrity? I want us all to be on the same page as far as integrity is concerned. Let me calm down, calm my spirit, because I want my words to be effective, and I want someone to be able to walk away moving forward with something out of this message of integrity. I want to be very purposeful about planting good seeds of hopefulness and helpfulness and nurturing or whatever that you need out of this message. So this is all for good for you and for me. So, integrity is the honesty and truthfulness of one's own actions. What does that mean to you? Integrity is the honesty and truthfulness of one's own actions. So I love the fact that it says one owns actions, because it points directly back towards us. And that self-improvement thing, we take way too much time out trying to figure out the flaws of other human beings, like they are the main cause that our life is what it is. And in all reality, if we kind of boomerang that thing and look back at you and yourself and your own actions and all those type of things, what you do personally can mold your outer life. So that internal work can mean so much for your future and what your life is going to look like. So I want us to kind of flip this. So some of us may be in the habit of kind of pointing a finger at everybody else and not really taking accountability for our own actions. But for the simple fact that it says one's own actions, I love that. Your honesty and your truthfulness. So let's point that thing back to us, because literally what you put out in life is what you are going to get back. I don't make up these rules. It's just the way it goes. Oh my gosh. It is Emerson's laws of oh my gosh, I look into these things all the time. I read them, I study them, I listen to lectures about these things. I'm not going to think of it right now. It's a seed time and harvest. So the seeds that you plant, the things that you put out in life, that is exactly what you are going to look back. Is the laws of compensation. So that is Emerson. He did like the laws of compensation, seed time and harvest. What you put out is what you put in is what you get out. Every seed produces fruit of its own kind. You can't plant a apple seed and expect an orange to grow. So this is why it is so important. What you put into yourself is what you are going to get out of life. What you pour out of yourself is what you are going to get back. So if you are not reaping the benefits that you seek to reap in life, and you are wondering why so many things are happening to you when things are not going in your favor, and I hear a lot of people say, if it ain't one thing, it's something else. I refuse to accept the reality of it. If it ain't one thing, then it's something else. If it ain't one good thing for me, it's another good thing and blessing happening for me. I don't want to think of my life as a series of events of things that are happening that are not working out for me in my favor. I want things to work out for me, everything to work out for me on a minor scale and on a grand scale. I want to everything from the meal that I eat. I want to be able to enjoy every little detail of my life right now and forever. And the things that comes out of me, it is what I am going to get back in return. So a lot of us have not been sowing good seeds, so we have not been reaping good fruits. So the truthfulness and the integrity of your own self is what your life is going to reflect. How have you been incorporating integrity and truthfulness in your own life? If you got a bunch of people around you that are not truthful, that someone thinks that it is okay to lie to you, or someone who's not a person of integrity, and these are the people that are in your life, you have to think about what kind of person you have been. If this is your reality, what am I putting out? What am I putting out that this is what I am getting back? So it gives you something to think about: the actions, the honesty, and the truthfulness of one's own self. Let's person. I am just simply a reminder, do not shoot the messenger, okay? Y'all can be mad at me all you want because it is so much easier to point the blame at other people and not be accountable for where we are in life. But it is going to come a point of time where you will have to look yourself smack dab in the face. What am I doing wrong? Something ain't right. I keep pointing a finger at everybody else. I'm out here cursing other people out and what's wrong with you and all these type of things. And that's still not having a positive impact on my life by me pointing the blame at other people. So what can I do that is going to be effective in having a major positive impact on my life? You can look internally to yourself, in one's own self. What is coming out of you? What are you presenting to the world from yourself? What version of the world is the world getting of you? Because that might not even really be you. Sometimes we live in ways that is not even us. We just live accustomed to the things that are going on around us and the ways of the world and the bitterness and the trauma and everything the things that has happened to us over the years, and bad relationships, bad marriages, and bitter baby mamas and all this type of stuff in your family. And we carry these things along with us. So that's not even you. You acting out of character. This is not even who you truly want to be. You want to be the best version of you, but you have this tainted view of the world because of your experiences that is not allowing you to be who you want to be. We have to begin to remove these things. That's why healing is so important, because you want to be the best version of yourself, but for some reason, this world just won't allow you to. But if you do the internal work, do the necessary things that are inside of you, the thing that you can do, because trying to fix somebody else ain't even possible. You are not powerful enough to try to fix what's going on with somebody else to try to make your world better. You don't hold enough power. I don't hold enough power to try to, if I could have did that, I would have still been married. If I could fix my husband up, trust me, I would have waved my magic wand and voila, and made him the man that I needed him to be, and we would have still been married. It don't work like that. I don't have the power to do that. But what I have the power to do is the things that I know I can work on with myself internally to make a difference in my life. That is what is going to be effective for my life, not only today, but moving forward. Every area of my life is going to reflect that if I look deep inside of me, one's own self. Boom. So we got that out the way, baby. Let's come on. We're going to keep on because I got some notes. So integrity is one of the most important traits an individual can possess. Integrity, I don't know if we really take heed to the importance of that. Integrity is one of the most important traits an individual can possess. I don't think we realize the importance and the seriousness of it because we are living outside of that in today's society. We don't think that integrity is as important as it actually is as human beings. Your life will be okay if you were a person of more integrity. You won't even have to worry about the minor things that you have to worry about on a regular basis. You don't have enough money to pay your bills. Them bills gonna be paid. You ain't out here knocking nobody upside the head. You know you working hard doing what you gotta do. You might have fell out in the hard times for a moment. You know that you are a person of integrity thus far. So you're going to be okay regardless, just because of the type of person that you are. It cuts your worry in half. You won't have to worry as much as you probably have been worrying about the things that you have been worrying about. You know why? Because you have taught yourself how to be a person of integrity. The same worries that the average person has that may not be a person of integrity the way that you are, you won't have those worries on that level or on that scale, because you know that you are a person of integrity. It ain't a whole lot of people out here that are people of integrity. People that are close to you, people that in your family, people that you will probably least expect, has such a lack of integrity, and they suffer with things more than the person of integrity. I'm telling you, it cuts your worry in half. When you practice being a person of integrity, you don't have to worry. At the end of the day, you're going to be all right because of your heart and because of the kind of person that you have allowed yourself to become over the years. So, yes, integrity is one of the most important traits an individual can possess. It is important for you, for your family, for society, for this world, period. This world wouldn't even look the same if we were more of a people of integrity. And it all starts in our families and in our homes and all of those type of things. And there is such a lack of integrity in this world, and it would look different to us as a society if we learn how to incorporate integrity in our lives a little bit more. It is the most important virtue. I didn't know that. Integrity, I didn't know that until I did this study. Integrity is the most important virtue. That means a lot. Integrity is a choice and a commitment. Integrity is a choice and a commitment. Like most things, most topics that I get on here talking about, although everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. We have to make a conscious decision in our mind to choose a certain path for ourselves. So not only do you have to make the conscious choice to do it, you have to make the choice to be committed to doing it. It's not going to always be easy. Think about when you teaching a toddler how to walk. You take that first step and you fall. You take that first step and you fall. Think about when you were 5, 6, 7 years old and you had to learn how to ride a bike, and you had to learn how to ride that bike on training wheels, and you got better at riding that bike. You could take the training wheels off, and even when you took the training wheels off, you probably fell a couple times, but when you fall, did you stay down there? No, you got back up on that bike. I bet you can jump up on a bike and ride a bike now. I ain't too good at riding bikes, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. You have to continue to stay committed to it. No matter how many times you fall, you get back up and you continue to try over and over and over again. Integrity is a choice and a commitment. Some people choose not to live a life of integrity. Some people try it and choose not to stay committed to it. Some people find gratifications in living a life of untruthfulness, and that never gets you far. So either way, like when you get caught up in a life of untruthfulness, you won't get caught up in a life of integrity, because it ain't nothing to get caught up in. You just living a pleasant life of integrity. So when we are living the opposite of these things, they are going to eventually catch up with us. And I think in today's society, a lot of people has grown accustomed to living in a way of untruthfulness, and we make it seem like it's okay, when in all reality it is not. So integrity is a choice and a commitment. Integrity comes from a Latin word which means whole or complete. I love that. Integrity comes from a Latin word that means whole or complete. I'm telling you, if you want better for your life, if you want to see wholeness and completeness, and every stone don't have to be turned, and every T don't have to be crossed, and every I don't have to be dotted, and things will kind of figure themselves out. You will become whole and complete if you learn how to incorporate this one thing like integrity in your life. And I'm so glad that I wrote that down, because they got it. I did look at the word, but I didn't write the actual Latin word, but I looked at it, the definition of it and all those type things. But I just simply wrote down that it comes from the Latin word which means whole or complete, because that stood out to me so much. Wholeness and completeness. It will fulfill you in places that you need to be fulfilled. It will give you what you need to be given. It will guide you where you need to be guided. It will do things for you that you don't even know that you need done if you allow something like integrity to play a major role in your life. So it means whole or complete. People with integrity choose to do the right thing even when no one is watching. That is basically integrity in a nutshell. We're going to break that thing down. Don't nobody got to be looking over your shoulder telling you what to do, what is right and what is wrong. When we choose to do the wrong thing just because someone is not watching, no, especially us as adults, we should teach our children better than this, but nobody should look over an adult person's shoulder and tell them when they are doing things that are not right. Your entire life is going to reflect that. That is the type of person that you are teaching yourself how to be. A person that is full of untruthfulness and has a lack of integrity. So how far we put a cap on our life when we allow these things to become a part of our life. We think we so slick, we laughing and joking and skipping down the yellow brick road. Every time we think we done got away with something, when you ain't getting away with it, because eventually those untruthfulness is going to catch up with you, and it is going to have a reflection of your life overall when we are not a person of integrity. So that is basically what a person of integrity or people with integrity is. So people with integrity are seen as being more trustworthy and reliable. I don't know how that resonates with you. I don't know how much that means to you. I don't know if you wish to be a person who is seen as trustworthy and reliable. Me personally, I want to be a trustworthy and reliable person. No, I am not perfect. No, I don't hit that nail on a hammer every time. Sometimes I fall short for whatever reason. We allow life get the best of us. But for the most part, you want yourself to be seen as reliable and trustworthy. You want somebody to be able to depend on you, and not for the simple fact that others can depend on you. How much are you going to be able to depend on someone else when they need you? Ain't nobody gonna want to be there for you if you don't know how to be there for people when they need you. If you can't be reliable and trustworthy, if people can't trust you, nobody is going to trust. You're not going to have no one to trust. They're not going to want to be there for you. So sometimes we can find ourselves lost and alone, and why don't I have anyone by my side when I need them? And that's because you wasn't there when somebody needed you. This is the type of world that we mold for ourselves. So yes, a person with integrity is more trustworthy and reliable. So however that resonates to you in your spirit, let it fall where it may. If it don't feel so good, then let it not feel good. This lesson literally may be trying to teach you something that is going to benefit you more in your future. So allow it to. So be who you are and say. Be who you are. Be who you say you are, and do what you say you're going to do. Excuse me, guys. Be who you say you are and do what you say that you are going to do. It don't take much to be a person. Just simply be who you are. It don't take much to be who you are, because you ain't got to be fake. You ain't got to be phony. You don't have to act like someone that you are truly not, or none of those things. So being who you are and living up to your word, doing what you said that you were going to do, is simply teaching yourself how to be a person with integrity. A lot of people say things that are not true, and a lot of people act in ways that is just simply not them. That is not a person of integrity. So if you want to practice integrity, just be who you say you are. If you say that you are a certain type of person, or a good man, or a good husband, or a good father, or a good whatever, then be that person. If you say that you don't have that you have work to do, then just be honest about the person that you truly are. I want to be a better man. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better wife. I want to be a better sister. I want to be a better friend. I have not been as good as a person in my family or whatever that I probably should have been. And I want to be honest with myself of who I am and where I've been for these past few years. And I just have not been showing up as the person that I should. And I want to have a better experience of life than this. And I want to work on myself in these areas so I can have better relationships with different people in my life that I know that I love. All of these things are going to have a major reflection on your life and the people that you come in communication with on a regular basis, and how happy you are. So yes, be who you say you are and do what you said you gonna do. That is integrity. How you treat people will tell it all. So I'm telling you, some people can say, well, I'm such a good person and that ain't even me and I'm not even like that. And you the same person that's out here cussing people out and gossiping and starting a whole bunch of mess and all those type of things. But how you treat people, you can say whatever you want to say. Your actions tell the whole story at the end of the day. So integrity is literally everything. Real integrity is doing the right thing whether or not nobody knows. That is what real integrity is. I don't know if anyone if you could think back on your experiences in life and you told yourself, well, I'm just going to do this or a certain way because no one is looking. And that was me at a point in time, and I suffered for not being a person of good integrity. When someone wasn't looking and you did something that was untruthful or whatever, you had to learn your lesson, because we're all going to get a lesson in this if we choose not to be people of integrity. So I had to learn my lesson over the years too, for being a person not a good person of integrity. Integrity is everything. So you can choose to do, we all should choose to do the right thing, whether anybody else is, whether anyone is looking or not, because it is going to have a reflection. Once again, it is going to have a reflection on our life as we know it. So question, this gonna get deep for a minute. I'm gonna ask you something. It's gonna give you something to think about. Can you name at least 3 people in your life with integrity? Now we're going to take a look at the people that we allow into our life. Can you name at least 3 people in your life? Woo, Lord. Y'all gonna get me there. Woo! 3 people. Oh my goodness. I think I got like 1.5. I don't know. I might have 2. I might have 2 people of integrity that I know that I can rely on. If I call that person right now, right at this very moment, I can 100% rely on that person to be there for me when I need them. I may have 3. I may have 3. Okay, I can say I may have 3. And that's sad, because you know so many people. I mean, we have families. You got more than 3 people in your family. I'm telling you, everyone is not a person of integrity. And it hurts to even think about it, because you got to like fetch in your mind. I don't know about you. Listen, everybody different. You might be able to go boom, boom, boom. You might can list more than 10. You are 3. You probably can list 10. You may be able to list 30 people. And if that is you, then listen, big ups to you. Shout out to you. God bless you. If you can name more than 3 people of integrity that you can depend on right at this very moment, a person of truthfulness, a person of honesty. What did we say integrity is? So integrity is honesty and truthfulness. So if you can name a person of honesty and truthfulness and somebody that you can rely on, if you can name more than 3 people right now, then you golden, baby. You good. Like you Gucci for life. If you have more than 3 people of integrity that you can rely on right now, then you are at a good place in life. Not only does that have a reflection on the type of person that you are. Now, even for me, why I don't have at least 3 people of integrity in my life. Wow. Am I not a person of integrity that people want to show, that be people of integrity for me in my life? I would hope to think that I have been more truthful and honest to people over the years. I changed my life over the years. I am a completely different person than what I used to be. Maybe it's going to take time for me to gain the trust of people and honesty and reliability and all of those type of things. I am not out here trying to prove myself to anyone and to show anybody, hey, listen, you can be a person of integrity with me or wherever. I am just simply working on myself, doing the things that I know God wants me to do, bettering myself day by day. But yes, it most likely it speaks volumes to the type of person that you are, that you have become over the years and all of those things, why you don't have a lot of people of integrity in your life. Some people just don't allow a lot of people in their life, period, because they don't trust people's integrity, and that is because of the lack of integrity amongst human beings. Maybe so many people have shown how unloyal or unreliable or untruthful that they have been to you. So a lot of people just choose to cut human beings off altogether. So that is probably a reason why. It may be multiple reasons why we can't kind of come up with a grand list of people that we have in our life that are people of integrity. Wow, that was kind of emotional for me, because you want to be able to say that you are surrounded around people around integrity, and I don't associate myself with very much people at all. I really don't, and that is just my choice over the years because I want to focus on myself and I want to better myself, and I don't want to be distracted of things that are not going to help serve me or grow me. So if certain people in my life were not adding towards my personal growth, then they just had to go. Whether or not God wants me to allow some people back in my life again in the future or whatever, I don't know. That is between me and God. I will be obedient along the way, no matter which way it goes. But for now, in order for my personal growth to be where it needs to be, I minimize the amount of people that I have in my life. And I made that conscious decision because I would have not grown to the point where I am right now if I constantly allow people in my life that I know that are not for me. So this has nothing to do with anyone else. It's all for my personal growth. But wow, that's crazy, dog. Like, can you name at least 3 people in your life with integrity? And I want you to ask yourself this question: are you a person with integrity? Are you a person with integrity? I would like to think that I am a person with integrity, and then my integrity has not grown to the point where I want it to be or where I need it to be. I want it to grow even more, because that's what I want my reality to be. That's what I want my experiences to be in life. I want it to be full of integrity, coming from me and coming from the people that I choose to surround myself with. So think about that for yourself. Are you a person with integrity? Principles over popularity, loyalty over love. Check yourself. Who are you? So a lot of people take popularity over principles. Principles, values, morals, integrity. Principles should always go over popularity. Values should always go over popularity. A lot of days people don't do what's right, they do what's popular. They don't do what's right, they don't do things of great value, they don't do things of integrity, they follow the crowd and they do what's popular. And that can be everywhere. That can be on social media, that can be inside of your own family. A lot of people just jump on the bandwagon with what everybody else is doing because that is going to get them liked, or the most popular thing to do, or wherever. So principles should always come over popularity, and loyalty should always come over love. I love love. I love everything about love. I am sweet spirited. My heart is full of love. I have so much to give. I have so much love in my heart to give. And even the reality of loyalty comes over love is like kind of shocking to me. I'm like, love should be number one. So love is the most powerful emotion of them all. But when we are talking about principles, loyalty always comes over love. So I don't know, like there's a lot of people that they might say I love you, or you're in a relationship or whatever. If you love somebody, then you are going to be loyal to them, because you can't have loyalty without love. So if someone is not showing you that much loyalty, then that means I'm not here to hurt your feelings, because that is a slap of reality for me too, but they may just not love you in a way that you want them to love you, or a way that you want them to respect you or love you, if they are not very loyal to you. That's a punch in the gut. I'm telling you, that is a reality that I have to face with multiple people over the years. If the loyalty is not there, the love is not there. They just don't care. So what I choose to do is surround myself around people that love and care for me and are going to be loyal to me. So it's all up to you. It's really all up to you. But ask yourself these questions and figure out who you are in all of this. Are you a person of loyalty? Do you have people around you that are people of loyalty? I don't know. It gives you something to think about. I can't answer those things for you. You know the kind of life that you live. You know the type of people that you have surrounded around yourself. If it's not where you desire for it to be, you might want to consider making some adjustments in your life. So do you value yourself? A lot of people don't really know the value of themselves. This is why I love being an inspirational teacher. I talk to people all the time that don't realize the value of themselves. And I allow people, just from simple conversations that I have with people on the regular basis, I can literally see the wool pull from over their eyes. I allow people to see a part of themselves that they probably would have never acknowledged if someone didn't point that out in them. It gives you a different perspective on your life. Even hearing someone say it, like, you are worth more than you realize. And I allow people to see that. It's only by the grace of God, but I appreciate these conversations with people, and not to boast or not to brag, but I love just hearing people say that about themselves. Just getting that back in return, that is enough for me. Just hearing someone say that by having this conversation with you, you open my eyes to me in ways that I probably would have not looked at myself in these ways if you have not pointed out these certain things within in myself. And it gives you a broader perspective of your life and of yourself and of your future, and it allows you to look at yourself from a scale of here to a bigger scale. You can kind of open up your world when you value yourself and you see yourself for what you are really worth. This is what I did for myself over the years. That's why true value, knowing your worth, means so much to me. So I simply wrote that question down in my notes because that is something that I want us all to think about when it comes down to you personally and how you view yourself. Do you value yourself? Do you value yourself? So ask yourself that question. If you have not been valuing yourself on a level, on a scale, or in a way that you probably should have been valuing yourself, you may want to reconsider the way that you think about yourself, because you are worth more internally, what you have to offer internally. Excuse me, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and it was like anything can happen at any given time with a certain job or a certain company or whatever, and that leaves me wondering what I could do. You are your greatest asset. So if it doesn't work out with one company, you can take your values, your skills, your capability, your intelligence, everything that you have going for yourself. You could just pick your happy old self up and take it and put it somewhere else where someone will appreciate the value of it a little bit more. So I just had to it was like, oh, you know what, you're right. Yeah, that don't mean that that's the end of the world. If it doesn't work out here, if it doesn't, one relationship doesn't work out for you, if your marriage didn't work out, that don't mean don't be loyal or don't be honest or don't be loving or don't be a good wife. I'm a good wife even though I ain't married no more. I was a good wife when I was married, and even after I got divorced, I'm still a good wife. Do you know how many times I have heard male figures, decent male figures, tell me that I am wifey material? I hear that so much, and it's very flattering. But even if someone doesn't say that to me, I already know I'm a wife. I already know I'm wifey material. I've been wifey material. And it don't take a husband for me to be wifey material. Now, when I become a wife again one day, that's going to be a blessed man. Of course, I'm going to make somebody happy one day. For what one person didn't value, I'm just going to pick my happy old self up and just put it where it's valued. Put it where somebody is going to appreciate it. That don't mean, oh, I ain't going to be, I done tried the marriage thing and I ain't trying it no more and it don't work for me. No, Sakara's still a wife. I'm still a wife. I'm going to be a wife. I ain't got my husband right now. So when my husband do come, man, baby, that man gonna be happy. I'm telling you, he gonna be happy because I'm gonna make him happy. But I want him to be happy already. I'm happy. I want to bring what I have, and I want to give it to somebody. I want to give what I have to somebody. But yes, I do value myself on many different levels. So that is a question that you have to ask yourself. Do you value yourself? Your values will protect you from unwanted mistakes. When you know you are worth more, it is going to protect you from staying in a relationship or a marriage or making bad decisions or whatever, or living below your worth or below your means or settling for less. And your values and your morals is going to protect you from a life that you don't want to live. And I'm so glad that I wrote that down. Your character will show your integrity. Your character, what is your character? What type of person you are is going to show the integrity that you have inside of you. Integrity means you are one with yourself. I told you I come from that Latin word, which means, wait a minute, what does the Latin word means? Integrity comes from the Latin word that means, I think it says one, to be whole or complete. Yes, that's what it says. It stems from that Latin word that means to be whole or complete. So integrity means that you are one with yourself. Your words carry life. Your life is the weight of your words. So how much weight do your words hold? Like, how much does your word mean? Someone said to me, a man, all a man has is his word. So some people can't even rely on the words of certain people because your words don't mean much, because you have not been a person of great integrity. Your words carry life. Whether you realize it or not, you bring life through the words that come out of your mouth. And don't just stop with one little white lie, or you just saying something that you don't mean, or whatever. Your words carry life. Your life is the weight of your words. And I'm repeating that because I want us to be mindful of the words that we speak on the daily basis. If you are not going to back up your words, then don't say it. Practice being a person of complete integrity. Don't say something that you know that you are not going to mean, or something that you are not going to do, or say something that is just untruthful about your character and the person that you are. Your life is going to tell it all anyway. A lot of people think that they are getting away with these things, when in all reality, everything in the dark is going to eventually come into the light. You are making yourself look like a complete fool when you think you just jumping around and spitting out these untruthfulness about yourself and just saying what you think someone wants to hear, and all of those type of things. A lot of people make fools out of themselves and they don't even realize it, by not having not being a person of their word, not being a person of good character, and not being a person of integrity. You are hurting yourself more than you think that you're getting over on someone else. So how much can someone count on you? How much can someone count on you? Think about that for yourself. I'm thinking about these things for myself. How much can someone count on me? I think I'm becoming better. I want to believe that within myself. I have become better over the years. I tell myself that I am becoming better and better and better every single day. I want to be completely transparent with myself, even as I do messages like this. I want to think about the last time I was not a person of full integrity, or the last time I wasn't as truthful as I should have been, or whatever. And I want to learn from not being truthful, probably the damages I have caused to certain relationships or whatever, from not being a person of integrity. I want to learn from these things, and I want to become a better person moving forward. So ask yourself that question: how much can someone count on you? So you want people to be able to count on you. And like I expressed to you before, I cannot express the importance of this. What you put out is what you get back. And the more someone can count on you, the more you will be able to count on someone else. It's a cycle. It's a cycle of life. It's a circle. These things come around full circle. We think that it stops there by you not being a person of truthfulness and honesty and reliability and integrity and all of those things. It doesn't stop there. It has a major impact on what your overall life is going to look like, and how much other people are going to be able to depend on you overall. So ask yourself that question and be truthful with yourself. Don't tell yourself what you want to hear. You ain't got to tell. You ain't got to drop it in the comments. You ain't got to call your best friend. You ain't got to call your mama. Mom, this girl up on here talking about integrity. Mom, am I a person of integrity? Because your mom going to tell you, yeah, baby. Yeah, you a person of integrity. And she going to be lying too. She ain't going to tell you that you need to work on yourself a little bit more as far as your integrity is concerned. But I want you to be be truthful with yourself. Be completely transparent with yourself as far as your integrity is concerned, because that's the only way you're going to make room for growth. That's the only way you're going to move forward. That's the only way you're going to make an impact. That's the only way you're going to see a difference. That's the only way you're going to see things look up for you in your life. By lying to yourself, you're not even truthful with yourself, let alone knowing how to be truthful with other people. We have to practice these things. That's the only way that it is going to have a positive reflection on your life, and it is going to come from you first and foremost being truthful with yourself about what type of person that you are. If you have not been as honest or a person of integrity or reliable or any of those things, if you got a little work to do as far as those things are concerned, then tell yourself you got a little more work to do. This is having a reflection on my relationships. I want better relationships. I want a better experience. I done got up there in age. I got all kinds of gray hairs popping out. Ain't nobody gonna be here forever. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of arguing with certain people. I want to be loved. I want to have a good relationship. I want to have a good partnership. I want to have a good business ship. I want a better relationship with the people in my family, my children, whatever that might look like to you. You never know what kind of reflection that's going to have on your life. But if you are not honest with yourself about where you stand as far as your integrity is concerned, then you are not going to be effective moving forward, because you are not leaving room for growth. So listen, it's up to you. It's totally and completely up to you which direction you want to go in. Like I told you at the beginning of this message, this is not a personal attack out on anyone. Just like I can think about these things as far as my own life is concerned, everyone else can think about them as far as their life is concerned as well. So I'm going to give you a few tools and tips of how we can add a little more integrity into our well-being. Be consistent, be reliable, be patient. There is a whole list of things. Listen, you don't have to stop with a message like this. If this is an area of your life that you know you need to focus on a little bit more, I just pointed out a few minor tips, but of course you can elaborate on these things. You can kind of break these things wide open. You can open up a book. You can buy yourself a book on integrity. You can jump on the internet. You can jump on YouTube or whatever you want to do to kind of look more into these things, because you want to better yourself in these areas. I love the fact that I jump into different topics. I never know how one topic may resonate to one individual more so than someone else. You know where you stand as far as certain topics are concerned. So if this is something that you know that you need to kind of spend a little more time in because you have been struggling with integrity in your life, whether that may be coming from you or coming from someone else, whichever way it is going or coming, then I want you to spend some time with this. I want you to spend some time with this. Talk to someone about it. Talk to, talk to a counselor. Talk to someone at your holy place. Read it to your holy books or whatever about what it says as far as integrity is concerned. I'm just kind of opening your eyes a little bit about these topics. So that is just like a few minor things that you can do as far as your integrity is concerned. Be reliable, be consistent, and be patient with yourself. Get rid of things that tempts your integrity. So I want you to get rid of things that tempts your integrity, and these are things that can be very tempting as far as our integrity is concerned. Power, money, and sex. Yes, those are three major things that can be tested as far as our integrity is concerned. So power, boom. We are in voting season or election season or whatever, and people of power, people in politics, sitting up in politics, when you want to be a person in power, you are not going to always be truthful. So I just want to point this out. Coming up on election season, Whoever you choose to vote for, that is your personal business. Whoever I choose to vote for is my personal business. People of politics are not going to always be the most honest and people of integrity. They're going to do what's popular for them to win votes or whatever. So whichever direction you choose to go in as far as politics are concerned, that is completely your prerogative. But power, when you have something like power, and that don't have to be something on a grand scale, such as politics or getting voted into office or anything like that. You can have power in your job or your family or whatever, wherever power, whatever power that you believe that you have over any area of your life. If you believe that you have a certain power over people, that can taint the decision that you make as far as your integrity is concerned. Money, baby, when it come down to money, people will do some grimy things. They don't care if it's your mama. They will listen. People don't care. When it comes down to money, integrity is out of the window. It is sad, but it is true. And sex, a lot of people allow themselves to be led by the emotion of sex. Sex is a very powerful emotion, and when sex is concerned, a lot of people don't allow themselves to be a person of integrity. A lot of people are out here cheating on their spouse. You out here doing stuff you know you ain't got no doggone business doing, when you know your wife is at home, or you know your husband is at home, or your boo, your fiance, or wherever. You know you out here doing something that you know you'd be mad if they was doing to you. Why you doing stuff that you know you don't want them to do? So you're not being a person of integrity as far as your relationship is concerned, because a lot of people allow their decision making to be led by these things: power, money, and sex. These things destroys the integrity in most people, and it's sad, but it's true. Power, sex, and money destroys the integrity in most people. And it don't even have to be. Those are just three of the most powerful things, three of the most major things that can destroy the integrity of most people. But there are other things that are not as powerful as those three things that can destroy the integrity in people. But you don't want anything to destroy your integrity. No, we are not perfect people. We are not going to try to be perfect people. There is no such thing as a perfect person, but we do want to become better people. We want to work on our integrity. Probably even if it's something that you have to work on, don't do it as much as you used to do it. Become better and better and better over time. Eventually these ways will not even be a part of you anymore when you are not led by these things. Your integrity is as strong as the temptation that you fall for. Your integrity is as strong as the temptation that you fall for. Power, money, and sex, those are some powerful things. But how strong is your integrity? Is your integrity strong enough for you to fight the temptation over power, money, and sex? Now, you do have some decent individuals out here that are able to fight against the temptation of power, money, and sex. I'm not saying that it's impossible. What I am saying is that some people don't even make the sound choice to fight against things like power, money, and sex. When you introduce those things into any conversation, any room, any top, it don't matter. When it has something to do with power, money, and respect, most often us as human beings, because we live to satisfy our flesh, those things are out of the window. But you can be as full of integrity as you want to be. You don't have to be led by these temptations. Temptation is just a test for your weakness. That's it. That is simply what temptation is. When we fall under temptation, as powerful as these things are, if you are not strong enough to fight against those things, then that just goes to show the strength that you have inside of you. So everything you work so hard for can be destroyed in seconds because the lack of integrity. Yeah, and I know so many people that can attest to that they have lost it all. They have lost it all when it wasn't even worth you throwing your integrity out of the window. You done lost your family. You done lost your job. You done lost everything that you worked so hard for. You done lost your home. You lost your car. You ain't got no money in your bank account. Listen, you done lost everything because of your lack of integrity. And you know what's the sad part about it? No matter how much people lose behind their lack of integrity, the stubbornness in human beings will continue to allow them to continue to do these things over and over and over again. They did it once. They have done it multiple times. They will do it again. They will lose over and over and over again. Some people take some of these things to the death of them. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy because your lack of, and because you are not willing to do what it takes to better yourself, or because of the laziness of mankind. You don't want to think that much. That's too much thinking for you. You want to be lazy in your thinking and lazy in your doing. You can't be lazy in either one. Faith without works is dead. You praying for a better life, but you ain't doing enough. You ain't doing enough to reflect what you want your life to actually look like. You suffering, you sorry, you complaining. Some people out on the street, they homeless, they don't have nothing because of their lack of integrity, because they are walking around satisfying the flesh or doing what only pleases them and not the things of God or the things that you know that you should be doing, things that you should have been had more integrity as far as your family is concerned or whatever. And people suffer so much on the constant basis. And the sad part about it is they continue to do it. They continue to do it over and over and over again, no matter how much that it has destroyed them in their past. They will continue to allow themselves to be destroyed because of their lack of integrity. You will lose everything that you worked so hard for. Knock on your neighbor's door. I'm telling you, ain't got to believe me. You can pick up the phone, call somebody right in your family that will tell you, yeah, man, I should have made a better decision than that. Don't be like me. You got some people out here that will tell you straight up, don't do what I did because that thing ain't work out right. That was bad on top of bad. Don't make the mistakes that I have made. I tell my kids that all the time. Don't make the mistakes that I have made. My favorite thing is when I'm talking to my kids, I made enough mistakes for me and you put together. We all mistaked out. I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I have made. That's why I am very purposeful that my children live a better life that I have lived. I don't want them to make the same mistakes that I made. I don't want them to have the lack of integrity that probably cost me so much. It cost me more than I was willing to pay. I'm still trying to gain back what I have lost. Matter of fact, I ain't even trying to gain. That's a lie. I'm not trying to gain back what I've lost because I know God has bigger and better things for me. So I'm going after more out of life right now. I'm not trying to get back old things that I have already lost. I let the past be the past, the people, the past. Whatever I lost is gone. I'm looking forward to bigger and better things in my future. But you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the person that loses everything that happens. Gambling, sex, addictions, drugs, shopping, whatever caused your demise. because of your lack of integrity. As human beings, we fall short under our weaknesses. But if you are not learning from the mistakes that you have made, then you are not allowing yourself to be a very wise individual. We have to learn from the things the mistakes that we made in our past. So there are too many people that can attest to the fact that the things that they have worked 20 years to gain, just like that, it is gone because of their wrong decision making. I am simply asking you today to not be that person. You don't want to be that person. So, yeah, everything that you work so hard for, I'm telling you, listen, you ain't got to believe me. Ask somebody else if you don't want to believe me. I ain't got no reason to sit up here and lie to you. So, integrity is linked with happiness, high self-esteem, and high self-confidence. So, when you know that you are a person of integrity, all of those things are wonderful things that you can look forward to in your life. Everyone desires to be happy. Everyone, we all can work on our self-esteem at the end of the day. Everyone wants to have a higher self-esteem. Not saying that everyone has damaging self-esteem, but I know a lot of people suffer with the lack of self-esteem and just not feeling too good about themselves as a human being. And it can be things like the lack of integrity that is damaging your self-esteem. So if you want to be a happier person, a person with more self-confidence, and a person with a high self-esteem, you might want to learn how you can kind of incorporate things like integrity in your life. So yeah, so know who you are and stick with it. I'm so glad that I wrote that down as well. Know who you are and stick with it. It's going to take commitment on your behalf to become a person with more integrity. With integrity, you are safe from the bondage of the world, and you just are. I'm so glad that I wrote that down as well. With integrity, you are safe from the bondage of the world. Some people are just not free. Some people are just not living the life of freedom and openness in the life that they want to live because of the lack of integrity. And some of these things, society is teaching us that things that are not that are unethical, that are not of great morals and values, and all of these things that we need to stand by. Society is teaching us that these things are normal and that these things are okay, and it is having a major impact on every area. It's having an impact on our relationships. It is having an impact on our families. It is having an impact on our social lives with our friends. It is having an impact on our success, our future, our life, our work life, our professional life as well, because things like not having very much integrity, these things are becoming normalized in today's society, and human beings are suffering. I'm telling you, they are. Human beings are suffering, but we get used to it because it's the thing to do now. Because it's popular, it's becoming the ways of the world, and people are becoming accustomed to that. So it's almost like if you are not doing things that this world is teaching us to be accustomed to, then you're weird. Like, you weird. Like, you why you not lying? Why you not falling into the norms of society? Like, everybody lying nowadays. I'm like, not me. I don't want to live a life of untruthfulness. I was raised better than that. A lot of things that my parents, especially my father, God rest his soul, a lot of morals and values that he installed inside of me is going to live in me and outside of me until I am no more. I refuse to become accustomed to the ways of this world. I do not want that to become a part of me. It don't even look good on some of y'all. Y'all up here looking like a mess because of some of the ways ways that you have allowed yourself to become used to living. Your life is all over the place. A whole freaking train wreck. Like, it's just so bad, it is hard to look away. And you still think it's okay to live in these ways. I don't want to be that person. A lot of people have become used to those things and living in these ways, but I want to be a person of integrity more now than I have ever been in my life. And in my future, I want my future to look like a life of complete integrity, more so in my future than it has ever been. I want to sharpen these things within myself so I can grow more and more and become better and better as I grow older. Ain't nobody gonna be looking down at me when my life is over and done with and be talking about some and they this and they that. I mean, people gonna say what they want to say anyway, but the truth of the matter will show in the type of life that you live, the type of life that you lead. My daughter, oh my gosh, she made me so emotional yesterday. I was in the kitchen fixing me something to eat last night, and she came in the kitchen and she was like, Mom, you are such a good example to us, not only by the things that you say, but by the things that you do. It shows us the right thing to do. And I was like, oh my goodness, like she just like melted my heart. I don't know what made her want to say that to me. Sometimes I just play with my kids too much and they be just like full of games and all those type of things. But in all seriousness, my baby girl just came and she expressed that to me, and I was like, wow. And you want to hear that from your children. You want to hear that from your children. A lot of people don't think that it is important for them to show their children the right way to live. A lot of us have get used to saying, do what I tell you to do. How you expect them to do what you tell them to do when you're showing them something else, a different way to live that they should not be living. So I'm so glad that my children see me in that type of way. All of my children might not see me in that way, but that was very gratifying. My job is done. If I can make that impact on my children by the life that I live, can show them a better life to live, because you want your children to live a pleasing life. No one wants to see their children suffer. So if there's anything that I can do to minimize the amount of suffering they already have to live in this world, this world is not good enough for my children. I have some amazingly beautiful, kind-hearted, genuine, sweet, loving children. They get on my nerves, of course, but my children are good people. And we can't eliminate them having to go through certain things in life, but by the way we live. If we show them a certain way to live by the way that we live, that can minimize the amount of suffering that they have to go through in their life on the regular basis. That's important to me. That is very important to me. So if it's certain things like me being a person of more integrity, so my children can lead a life of integrity, so they can be people of integrity, so they can allow people in their lives that are people of integrity. If it has to start with me, I am willing to do it, because if that is the only people that I have a reflection on as far as my integrity is concerned, at the end of the day, it is worth it. They are my children and I love them. They come from me. I want them to live a pleasing life. So whatever reason, that's my reason. My kids are my reason. I know I'm not the only parent out here in this world, but for whatever reason, you can point of, it may be your mama. It may be your sister. You might not have no kids. I don't know who it is in your life. The person that you can think about even for yourself even if it's for yourself, any reason that you can think about that is worth you living a more uh, um, a life of more integrity, whatever it is worth to you, then let that be your reason that is going to give you the power and the energy before you make the next decision that you have to make as far as your integrity is concerned. So yeah, I mean, let that lead you, let that power you, let that be the spark that ignites your fire when you are thinking about incorporating things like integrity into your life. But real quick, I want to shout out my live audience. I see y'all. I love you. I appreciate your presence here. I thank you so much. I greet you with peace, love, and blessings. I hope this message of integrity resonates in your spirit the way that you need it to. I hope that you could take something and do whatever you need to do with this message of integrity. And it's only here to help you. I'm not here to judge you. This is a judgment-free zone. I can't judge nobody. I am not the person to judge. I want to take these life lessons that I choose to deliver to you on the weekly basis, and I want to incorporate these things in my life. I want to reflect on my life. What can I do to better myself moving forward? I'm not going to be here forever. I just had a birthday. I just turned 44 years old. Ain't no telling how much longer we have to go. We can walk out the door at any moment and ain't no telling what might happen to us. So whatever you can do to ensure a better quality of life in your life from this point moving forward, I want to live a better life. It may start with something like integrity. So thank you. Thank you for your presence here. You give me the strength to continue to move forward. I appreciate it. I love you. God bless you, and thank you. So of course, I want to leave you guys with one quote, one affirmation, and I am going to get out of here on this wonderful Saturday. So my quote is from The Unknown. I wrote this quote down, but I didn't find the author of this quote, so I'm not sure exactly who quoted this, but it is: the truth doesn't cost anything, but a lie could cost everything. We're talking about integrity. It made me think about my message on truth that I delivered to you guys a few weeks ago. I was like, wow, where was this quote at when I delivered my message on truth? But when I came across this quote, when I completed my study on integrity, I was like, wow, this is such a powerful quote. The truth doesn't cost you anything, but a lie could cost you everything. Where does your integrity stand? And we have to think about the price that we are willing to pay for our integrity. Are you really willing to pay the price for your lack of integrity, your lack of untruthfulness? Because it can literally cost you more than you are willing to pay. So let that seep into your spirit, baby. The truth doesn't cost you anything, but a lie could cost you everything. And we have to think about that as far as our integrity is concerned. And my affirmation is: everything I do is for the higher good of humanity. If we all thought in that way, when I tell you the suffering that human beings are going through, even within them own selves, there is so much suffering going on internally. People are suffering with mental health diseases, depression, anxiety, trauma, all of those type of things. Everything I do is for the higher good of humanity. And I want us to think on that level, for the higher good of humanity. That quote was perfect for me as far as I'm concerned, as far as integrity is concerned, because when you live a life of integrity, it is for the higher of good of humanity, because our actions have a reflection on one another, and we don't realize how powerful our actions could be towards one another. So we have to think about it on a grand scale in life. Everything I do is for the higher good of humanity. And if we thought about it that way, then it would cut the suffering down as far as human beings are concerned, period. I don't care what color, what race, what part of the world that you are from, for the higher good of humanity. So allow your integrity light to shine for all to see. Let me just put it like that. Turn on that integrity light. Let that be a bright light to shine that is coming from without you. And you don't have to tell people I'm a person of integrity. You don't have to prove it to anyone. All you have to do is simply live your life as a life of integrity. People are going to see it in you. People are going to want to commune with you. People are going to want to be in relationships with you. For those of you who have not found your boo, people are going to want you to work for them in their workplace. People are going to want you to be in their presence. People are going to want to spend time with you or whatever. When you know that you are a better person, goodness will automatically be attracted to you like a magnet when you learn how to allow yourself to put better qualities in yourself, things such as integrity. When you allow these things to become a part of you, you will become a greater asset to your life and to this world as we know it. You will become more attractive to people when you know that you have allowed yourself to become a better person. There's so much goodness. Nothing bad can come out of being a person of integrity. I don't care what you might say, and can't be honest all the time, and I got to rob Peter to pay Paul and all that type of stuff. Whatever reasons people find to be people of untruthfulness, and it might be valid reasons to you, but at the end of the day, being a person of integrity is more gratifying. At the end of the day, it will have a major positive impact on your life as you know it in so many different areas of your life. So that is it, you guys. Real quick before I jump on off of here, let me shout out my YouTube channel. Big shout out to YouTube. I am over 1,000 subscribers already past the 500,000 views, and I am growing every day on YouTube. So if you have not yet, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. Also, my books are available and on sale on Amazon. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth, Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures, Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness, and Religiously. And that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion. And look out for my new book that I will be publishing soon, and that is called Misunderstood, The Spoken Truth of the Unspoken. A lot of us are just simply misunderstood, so you want to read that book as well. Listen, God bless you. I love you. Remember, the word of the day is integrity. Think about how that thing resonates to you in your life. Have you been a person of complete integrity? No, none of us have. None of us are people of complete integrity. Do I want to add more integrity into my life? Of course I do. Of course I do. I want that to become my reality. I want to be a person of more integrity, and I want to be surrounded around people of integrity. I want that to be my reality because I want to live a pleasant experience as my life goes on. I want to be happy. I want the people around me to be happy. I want to be at peace. I want to be at peace of mind. I want to please my Creator. I don't want God to be disappointed in me, because one day we're going to have to answer for our decisions and the things that we do in our life. It don't just stop with you just making that decision of being untruthfulness. What are you going to say when your judgment day comes? So try to live a life of integrity and incorporate these things in your life as you grow. they are going to help you. God bless you. I love you. You guys look out for more motivational videos. Lord willing, I will be back here on next Saturday with another life lesson. In the meantime, you guys continue to stay blessed.